I know there was the Land Tenure Act, where we couldn't go to certain places. For example, if we went to Durban, we needed a permit. I mean, can you imagine going to Durban and then going to go and get a permit for Durban? And what was the other things? I mean, the other things were like, we could not walk into a shop and go and fit our clothing on. We could not. We could not, if you were tired and you were in town, go and sit on those benches. You could not. I was highly pregnant at that time with my first son, and we went out for a walk, and we went to a store to buy a sandwich. That was, and I had to sit on the pavement and eat. And also, when it's our Diwali, I remember this so clearly because, I mean, I really saw my children feeling it then, you know. I took them out and went to buy Diwali shopping, right? And when we went, and then we said, hey, you know what, are we tired? We want to sit down, have a cool drink, have something to eat. We couldn't. I mean, we had to just keep everything in our hands and walk out. And, you know, that was it. So, you know, and and I'll never forget this incident. I went with my mother to, right? That was I can't remember. I think it was in Church Street. Yeah. And now they got this old man using the lift there, operating the lift. And my mom's tired. I'm tired. And we need to go upstairs. She used to lay by all the curtains there, you see. So we're going to go upstairs. And she's telling us, and she goes there and she's, you know, she needs to get into the lift. And the man said, I'm sorry, but you need to use the stairs. And she said, no, I want the lift. And she got in. She got in with much, you know, to the surprise of the operator. And she got in and she went out and she did what she had to do, went to the curtain section, bought the things and all that. And she came back. Now, me as a child was scared at that time, you know, and I knew it was unpleasant. And I said, can we use the stairs, Mom, this time? She says, no, we're using the lift. And we came down in the lift. But the other incident was really, really, I wasn't present. It was at the railway station. My sister, young, older than me, of course, but this story I got told, right? She was, you see, her parents were from Joburg. My mother was from Johannesburg. And I don't know if you've heard of the Naidus. I mean, they were very politically involved. Yeah. Okay. And she's we share one grandfather, this man, Thambi Naidu. So, okay. So she's now on the way to go and visit her brother. And my sister needs to use the toilet. And she's at the platform, and they're asking her not to. You know, the conductor says, "Sorry, there's no toilets here for you people." And she says, "Well, in that case, fortunately, it was just she needed to urinate." She told her to sit at the platform and urinate, and then she did a thing, and that was it. And then the train came, and she got into the train, and she and my sister got into the train, and that was it. She was very, I think she got that from her father. She was, you know, very, I wouldn't say domineering. She was very direct. And she said, no, I'm sorry. That is it. She was brave that way. So I had the greatest of admiration for her. In fact, when the march, the 1950 march to the Union buildings took place, a lot of people gathered there as well. And then they started. And then, you know, from there, I can't tell how, you know, I was little then, but a lot of meetings there. That hall was used for various things. It was used by the St. John's First Aid. It was used for English school, because the English school for the boys' junior school, I remember teachers there. It was a boys' junior school. They were short of classes, so they used that, the hall, apart from cultural activities and weddings, you know. So yeah, so as far as the activities of the ANC, I mean, I was a member of the ANC, and when there were meetings and when there were any boycotts or any staging or any demonstrations, we were there. I mean, I remember going always to demonstrations, but at the same time, I'm sorry, I can't really remember exactly, but I do know that when I worked at the Australian High Commission, and when there's like meetings, I used to take time off and join in Brown Street, and we'd walk up. And I'll never forget, we'd walk, and then of course I'll join them to go to the union buildings. And this wasn't the 50s March. This was years later. And I remember, we were marching, and there was some youth looking at me all the time, and I looked at them, and at that time also, it was also volatile. You didn't know if you were marching and was there going to be any disruptions and running and tear gas and all this kind of things. But it was a peaceful march, and I asked, what's the problem? And he says, no, you're reminding us of Winnie Mandela. I had to laugh. Anyway, whatever demonstrations, rallies we took part in was all very, very passive. Of course, I mean, we got chased with dogs and whatever. And I remember so clearly when we got chased in Lodium, this one guy, I mean, we had candles, right? And we were demonstrating. And this dog charged, and this youngster, the light obviously went off, and he had matches in his hand, and he started lighting the matches to throw at the dog, but that didn't help. Then there was a doctor's surgery on the one side, and I thought, God, and I looked for the first door that was open for me to run in, and when I looked there, they had locked it, and I thought, oh my God. But fortunately, I mean, it wasn't too bad. I mean, I didn't get hurt, but some of the boys did get hurt. Yes, to say that they need to go back into history, the new history, and read up on it, because they can't. We can't ignore that. We cannot. We need to know what life was then, and also makes it easier for them to go forward now.